love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, just keep up. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, just keep it up. Don't stop.
Hello, good evening everybody. Hope you're feeling well, feeling a little better. Hello Casey, hello Mira, Christoph, Bad Wars Gang, Nannies, hello everybody, how you're feeling? Hope you're feeling well. I'm feeling about the same-ish, maybe a little bit better. Thank you all for asking, all the participants from the Discord, all the members, thank you very much. Appreciate the support and understanding. I'm sorry I've been half dead. I sound better. I feel a little bit better. That's true. All right, let's dive into things. No need to postpone. Let's see what the market has given us today. Well, actually, I mean, nothing that we have not anticipated. More or less that downwards pressure that we've seen from last week starting to come through. We've retested 6,000 as we're familiar with it pretty well. We had this secondary intraday support resistance level, if you will, at 6,020.82. You can see it's been retested perfectly. So far, so good. But not a lot of momentum. The market is pretty sort of dead in the water, mainly moving sideways. But let's see what that is that we expect. We also had a lot of other interesting movements. Some people were asking about plug. Those who are panicking, stop. You're not children. It's we spoke about this. This is just, I mean, again, to each their own. Of course, you know, you judge, but relax. Don't be emotional and unstable to the point where it drops a couple of cents. In fact, again, I've said this before, all of these ranges are a buy for me, so I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sort of change the stance on this. It's pretty simple. Still buying. It's still a very relatively very low price. In fact, a good buying opportunity. And if we're looking outwards to where we're expected to come up at a later point, it will be good enough anyways. Hello, Tom. Good to see you. Right, audience. Just tagged you on Discord. Thank you, sir. So stop being emotional, people. It's only a couple of cents down. We're closing on earnings. Pardon me. I will try not to cough too much, but yeah, still half dead. We're closing on earnings on the 27th. Again, don't be too emotional. Greg, read it here. What do you mean? Read the audience what I just tagged you in on Discord. I can be doing Discord and live at the same time, and come on. I see. Mark Newton is solid technician, but it's not good as Greg, who is in my mind better now. Short-term price action. I can't really. My not focused enough, brother. Sorry. Let me first finish running through this stuff while I still have half of my focus, and we'll see. Kratos, those who wondered about Kratos, nothing is, what is it doing? Nothing has changed. Again, we are still, at least in my community, we are interested in it. It's a good buying price. Yes, it dropped to kind of the levels we've expected, maybe slightly lower, but still overall a good buying price. But let's not dwell on the individual assets. Let's first cover the market. Let's see what the market has in store for us for the upcoming days. Guys, slower. I am so struggling to read everything right now. If you had any idea. Let's don't go here. Tom, thank you for the compliments. Appreciate it. So let's cover SPX. I think that's the most important bit for everyone right now. Because that's where sort of the guideline of where the market is going in general. As you can see on the screen already, since last week, if you've joined the live sessions, we kind of predicted this bottom, but then again, we also said probably a corrective movement back to the upside. And you already see we started doing some of it, so it's not going to be all that far-fetched to see 6,060 handle-ish area, which is the median of the current short-term channel. Let me bring in the longer duration one. Here it is. You can see it also matches neatly with the bottom of the longer duration one, and we'll be able to identify whether we're still staying within the confines of the larger channel or are we breaking downwards right there. But let's see what the momentum says. Momentum says that we're basically peaking out potentially at 30 minutes, right? Let's see 45. 45 gives us a lot more space. So if we're looking at 45 and based upon where we are at, can we make it to that very same resistance that sort of matches with the SMMA, right? It probably can. Looking at 1 hour, we probably can, but we need to notice that we're curving right here below the 50, which implies that we're still remaining bearish overall. So that is a bad sign. We have that coincidence of multiple forces coinciding, and it appears to be that we're really slipping in. But if we have more downwards pressure and we're already at the bottom of the channel, even though we have some bullish momentum to correct upwards, we still don't have enough to break lower, right? So, or at least right now, we're just kind of going to be retesting the very same supports that we're in right now. But overall, if the momentum from here stays more bearish, it's far more likely that we're going to end up breaking over the longer period, breaking downwards rather. And let's see, 4 hours, and 4 hours appears to be very bearish. This is sort of where things become a little bit more problematic. We are having some bullish, right, action, as we say, a little bit of that relief rally. So we basically ended up having a significant movement to the downside. Now the market wants to correct on it. It's very normal. We see that on the upside we have downwards corrections. On the downwards pressure we have upwards corrections. So we basically, what we've been seeing is this downwards movement and some corrective pressure on it. Okay, this is it basically. Let's see the daily. The daily is still very, very bearish. That is why we're thinking that on the grand scheme of things, although right now we're getting entangled within the shorter range channel that we're having internally, we overall are about to break even further lower as we're about to see the upcoming sessions. Our weekly is definitely very weak. It's very negative. Of course, bearish pressure at face value below the 50, keeping us very, very bearish. So that is on the sort of grander scheme of things, meaning these upcoming sessions or this upcoming week is appearing to have more downwards pressure than upwards pressure. So the end result of it probably will be closer to 5,900 handle. 59, 58 maybe even. Thanks on behalf of Greg. Did you help him by attending these live subscribing? No, absolutely right. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate everybody showing up. Yeah, really thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Great community. No bullshit. And here's the source of the real problem. That is basically why we know things are just getting started, and in fact may probably gonna get a lot more nasty as we're going into the upcoming sessions, is this monthly structure that is going to get locked within 4 days. As it gets locked, we're going to get a little bit more distinct of an idea of what the upcoming sessions will look like after that, meaning the beginning of next month. So we're only 4 sessions away, and if we're already seeing a lot of that downwards pressure from the smaller time frame, shorter time frames, basically we're probably more likely than not to start this upcoming month with a lot of negativity. We're already starting to see how the pressure here is curving downwards, right? And basically that's the very same resistance we've stumbled upon. If you remember, we spoke about this various times. I've reminded everybody how dangerous this is, that we're at that very particular range, and below and behold, now we're starting to break back down, and the path down is, well, quite long, and there's a lot ahead of us if we are going there, which is gives us a minimum of about 4,800, 47 area. So get ready, things might get very nasty very quickly. And of course, then when we will reach the bottom, we'll be smarter to discern whether we're correcting up, down, what the price action will look like. But I will tell you ahead of time that it's far more likely to look something akin to this. This is very typical of the market, has to do with harmonic patterns and all sorts of wonderful things. All right, I kind of plowed through this. Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm half rambling. My temperature is just a little bit lower. I'm still feeling pretty shitty, not gonna lie. Hello, Blackberry. Hello. That is what I wanted to cover. Questions. Let's go do tickers, I guess. No, wait 1 second. Let me see what Tom wrote. Mark Newton is a solid technician, but not as good as Greg Investory, who is, in my mind, is better. Now short-term price action is just noise, defense cuts maybe, but Palantir's entire business model isn't crumbling because of one headline. The stock is still up nearly 50% from last month. So a pullback was inevitable. That is correct. Technical levels, sure, Greg can tell you they matter. I think that's Ori I saw. Yeah, he was commenting there. I see. Let's talk about Palantir then. Thank you. First of all, thank you for the kind words, Tom. Let's look at Palantir. I mean, last week we said, I think I've actually had this marked on my, here it is. I had this picture up just the other day for everybody to see. Palantir. So far, as expected, we're closing the gap. We're about to find ourselves, I think, at around the 80 range to close that gap. Then, very probable a corrective movement to the upside. That is just very typical, very normal of the market. Various retests. This is not like it's predicted in the technical sort of analysis as is. It's just simply how I'm familiar with the market to behave. Or it can sort of prolong it for longer. But sorry, pardon me. Let's look at face value. What do we see? Well, this is not too good again. It is becoming bearish and pulling downwards. The month is about to close. It's about to get very bearish for Palantir. That the real problem is that the dissonance between people's understanding to how low Palantir can drop, and even though in the longer run, sort of in the larger scheme of things, nothing has changed about Palantir. Palantir is a great company and a leader in its own sector that it within itself has created, and there's no runner-ups, nothing. It's just absolutely unique, and they'll be doing better. You know, their profit margin will be growing. Everything will be doing well with them. It's just that regardless of, they'll not be doing well because of the market conditions. The stock price has nothing to do with the true value of the company and how we perceive it. It just completely, these two things can be completely detached, and I think we're about to see a lot of that in the near-term future. And also, I think people misunderstand how low Palantir can drop, and so subsequently they don't appreciate that. The terminology of pullback and how, again, people's pain threshold and what the market might do in the upcoming months or even year. I don't think most average investors, people who consider themselves investors, are prepared for it. And I mean, some people, some people have actually planned this out well enough and in advance and started liquidating some, to each their own. Of course, if you can go through the pain through this process and you really don't mind, sure, up to you. There are different ways you can handle it. I'm not here to preach any of these ways. I do recommend joining the community, the Discord, so you learn the technical analysis properly, so you'll know how to do it on your own. But yeah, I don't think that most participants in the market are currently prepared for how painful the market is going to get. And I think that a lot of people are more so relying on wishful thinking and some miracle or something like that, not realizing the importance of the cyclicality and the technicals and the investors who rely on these. It's ironic that the other side of the investors are actually reliant on these cyclical behaviors and expect them to happen. So there's a whole far more complicated equation to the whole thing. I'm just rambling at this point, I guess, but yeah, those who want to understand better should join the community, and I'll be more than happy to explain and break it down. You can ask my students, they know it pretty well. Let's see what we can see today on Tesla. I see Bedwars gang there asking for Tesla. Tesla has hit a very strong support. 333 area here, 326.1. So just call it 326. Of course, with some slippage. What are we doing now? What are we really doing? Upwards pressure. This looks like it's going to retest higher. That totally makes sense, right? We've already been within that range. We already tested some of these levels. I'm not going to get surprised if we're going to retest the very same levels. Okay, so it's going to be basically this and that, right? Which we've already seen that we've started retesting. You see, the market does like to repeat certain things. And as we are now on the bottom, the market is planning to move back up at least as a bare minimum. Let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. We'll see what happens there, that 50 range, which kind of gives us this. Makes sense. This is bearish. This is not good. This is bullish, so that is good. But all in all, what this shows is that you're simply gonna retest the very same sort of neckline thingy, depending on the size that you want to look at the structure at. But it appears to be that the market is currently still aimed downwards, although starting to have some positive stutters right there, as you're seeing convergence of the K and the D right here. And when you have the K take dominance, basically the green line takes dominance, even though in oversold conditions we know it means some bullish momentum. So yeah, it's that means that even if we break down lower to around 300 and something, we then retest 350-ish. So again, we were slowly gonna deteriorate lower with these drawdown movements to the downside and slight corrective movements to the upside. Tesla, any ticker requests, please use this format. Stonk. Tom Nash, any ticker you want, you have look at. Sorry, we're kind of long term. Darling, Nicola. I'm a student of Greg, so you can understand TA and learn to do it yourself. That's true. Is that 333 on Tesla as a possible support level? I mean, obviously that 333 is there, but it's not too strong. If anything, I would rely on the internal levels, the 326, 328, more so this range of levels as a singular sort of force, right? So if anything, I would rely on it to be the main target of support and resistance. I have no idea. It sounds like somebody's eating. Sounds like my neighbor is attacking their dog. We test 350 or first continue lower. If that's you're asking, but bad words. You know what you're asking as a problematic question. I'm not sure about the. Not sure. I'm not sure. It's very problematic. We don't look at Ethereum. I mean, we don't do here. We don't do crypto here. Crypto is bullshit. It has as much technical merit as a banana is a gun. No crypto. Nope. Sorry. No crypto. It's gonna be a very no worries, no problem. I mean, it's just that we don't do crypto because well, again, crypto is basically bullshit. Well, once you understand what sort of stands behind crypto, how did it come about, and you really understand more facets of it, you will dislike it, I believe, as much as I do. And at least, if not more. Yeah, and the technicals behind it are basically bullshit. I wouldn't wanna. They're not made up. It's not hinged in reality. You cannot analyze something that today is hinged in technicals, tomorrow it doesn't. It sort of fluctuates however it feels like. It's bullshit. That is bullshit. It's not a stable monetary system. It's nothing. The way I see it, it has the potential, and maybe at some point it will because of various reasons, blah, blah, but yeah, I wouldn't treat it too seriously right now, and especially in its current format. Sorry. Not big on that. Let's see what Nike says. Nike is hitting, well, already tested bottom channel. That's interesting. Here's Y channel. What does it do then? Not a bad buy. Again, I think we spoke about Nike and we said it's not a bad buy, right? We said kind of these levels are not a bad buy, all of that. So, and yeah, here's that. So the way I perceive it is Nike is not a bad buy at all. Nike is actually a pretty decent buy. Yeah, it's gonna take some time, may take some time, but Nike is a wonderful buy the way I see it. Again, not financial advice. You do you. It appears to be that they're coming to a certain threshold. It's not gonna happen tomorrow necessarily. It gives you an opportunity to pick it up on the bottom, right? It's not gonna necessarily take 2 or 4 more days. It might take months, right? It might get prolonged all the way through, but what it does, it presents to you the opportunity to pick it up at the lower end. Okay, that is that. Not bad, Leo. Not bad at all. Very, very good eye there. Very good eye, sir. Pardon me, boys and girls, one sec. Sorry. Johnny, we said plug. Bye. What is there to say about plug, Johnny? It broke a little bit below the support. Panic! That's it! You see what I mean? Really? You think? Again, let me ask you a real question. Here or anywhere there, it doesn't matter. You think you will care whether it dropped here or there? Seriously? Seriously, guys? I mean, Jesus, can you be less emotional and a little bit more stable, just a little bit more fortitude, just a little bit more, oomph to your, some guts, just a little bit, tiny bit, like, more stability, guys. No, there's not much to say. That's the thing. It's like, guys, you really are getting far too emotional about nothing. That's normal. Jesus, relax. I mean, instead of enjoying that you have a low price, you're what's going on? Panic. Jesus, guys. If your children would behave like that, you would go like, what the hell? We're gonna do Kryptonite. Oklo. This Oklo, I believe, yes. No, this is good. This is looking good for Oklo. I think. No, this is not looking good for Oklo. Sorry, I take it back. It's not looking good for Oklo. Okay. It's not looking good for Oklo at all. Emotions allowed. No emotions allowed here. But yeah, no, don't break out. Oh my god. No, we allow emotions. Just don't freak out. Oh wait, that's not looking good for Oklo, I gotta say. Oklo, Greg, calm down. What do you mean? You know the sentiment. It's such a minor difference. You should be happy. You should going like, yay! Look at that. We got 5 more cents lower. We can pick up some more. I'm calm. I can't. I can't get too emotional right now. I'm probably gonna die from a heart attack or something. Just buy the dip. Yeah. Still good company. Exactly. Yeah. No, actually, I mean, look, the idea here is that we see it just as a good, very sort of decent, easy trade to do at the end of the day, and it doesn't require a lot of maintenance. It's like if you're a farmer, you have that main field of yours that you water, you work on all the time, but you have that other type of crop. You can just kind of, set it aside, just kind of, throw it in the field and it will do its own thing. And you don't have to take care of it, a lot of maintenance here and there, just, once every month, just water it a little bit and do your own thing, right? Just get back to your other crops. And when it's ready, just, you walk up to it, cut it down, and that's it. You don't deal with it too much. It's a very simple exchange, if you will. Just like, I throw some money in for now, I let it sit there, and I pick it up in several months when it's ready, kind of thing, right? I don't even look at it too much. That's my approach to it. And I'm probably going to throw some money at it as well. So, I mean, let the money grow. Let the money work for you. Why not? So Oklo sucks. Oklo sucks right now because it's gonna drop lower, it appears to be. Even if it will retest this wedge, which is gonna be very normal of it to do, maybe slip in and out a little bit. But all in all, this is not bearing any good stuff for Oklo. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks real bad. Have we had OSCR before? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Let's see. OSCR? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, we have. Look, we actually have. We've done this before. What is this? Looks like whatever we said was pretty correct so far, but we also said it appears to be that it will continue on that downwards trajectory at some point, and so it still is not there yet. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, no problem. No problem. Oklo is, completely okay. We can do Oklo. Sure. Tomorrow, someday, again, I'm going to ask in Discord why I feel bullish on plug. It's John. I explained this a million times. It's not that I'm bullish on plug. It's a trade. It's trade. You don't have to be bullish on something. It's gonna do something, then you just take advantage of it. You don't care about the company. It's whether the company has to be viable enough to be able to establish these, checkpoints, right? But you're taking this out of proportion. You're looking at this from a whole wrong standpoint. I've explained this multiple times as well, Johnny. Not good. You're not paying attention. Yeah, it's not. It has to be. Look, you cannot seek for a successful trade in a company that. Johnny, you know what you do need to talk to me about is taking the course. You will keep on not understanding. You will always be on a very different plane of conversation. You're not gonna understand. You really need to take the course, boys and girls. To those who, again, maybe definitely use the opportunity while I'm still kind of not in full force. Sign up for the academy. Soon I'm gonna run out of spots, and again, there's only one of me basically. And if you really want to understand these principles and how things work and why things are sort of analyzed the way they are, and why certain analysts take certain moves that they do or present certain things that they do, basically, it has not, it's not what you think. It's not what you think, really. I highly recommend taking the time to actually learning the forces that are already operating in the market and how these forces affect the outcome of various prices. And so you don't have to be bullish or bearish on something when something is about to happen, and it's going to happen anyways and has nothing to do with you or the conditions that you can truly in-depth understand to why they prefer to play it out this way, but you can identify that they will. Why not take advantage of it? It's far of a simpler approach. No Philippines, bro. I don't see myself living in the Philippines. Sorry. That's true. No, just take the course while I'm not dead yet. That's the only reason I can advise to take the course. Let's go back to see what the market is doing. The market is the most interesting bit right now, I guess. I will promise you that I'm making all the efforts in the world to heal quicker and get better, so I can get back to doing videos and hanging out with you guys and all of that. I promise you that bit. Hello, Danny. Okay, that's it. Oh no, I see. NBA. Let's do. Let's do. Ugh. Yeah, that's not good for you. It is definitely moving along this channel, and if anything has a more likelihood of breaking lower than upwards from where we're seeing things right now. Well, this is pressure is positive, but how positive truly is it? It's not, because that's below the 50 and that is pointed downwards. So the outcome of this is really actually more negative than positive. And yes, here it is. Here it comes through. You see? Very negative. Okay, so that sucks basically for Boeing. Boeing probably will be aiming towards the lower support of the channel. And no, come on. Thank you. Yeah. So as I told you, we're probably going to be dropping lower this way. So you have more downwards pressure there, easily, probably towards the bottom of this channel, which will create this artificial sort of support resistance level that have been retested, switched over from ceiling to floor now, and then again, probably gonna get retested. So Boeing down. Boeing has a lot more pressure downwards than upwards. That is that. Yeah, wait, that was not tickers. Okay, yeah. Anything else, boys and girls? If we don't have anything else, I guess we can, start summarizing this this call. Probably a little bit more upwards pressure right there. Here it is. This is what I drew. So it makes a lot more sense that we're gonna sort of, if dragged out, proceed to that median there. Here it is. Here's that upwards pressure. Bullish momentum, if you will. Still on a downwards trajectory overall. I want to talk about NVIDIA. Do you see all in the Discord? See all in the Discord. Bye, Leo. One more, Greg. Let's do NVIDIA. Sure, why not? I think we've covered NVIDIA recently. Here it is, yeah. What did we say? We say it will go back to test golden pocket. Yes, it went. It did. All perfect. Here it is. Did the golden pocket test right there. It is very good, very good. We did the test. Testy. Now we start to breaky. And we are, what are we do? We are do like I said we do. I said we gonna do this. You see, black line. Now we do black line. Black line. Yeah, you see. Now we follow the black line. Black line road. And we want NVIDIA. In depth. Not much to cover here. Downwards pressure. Very distinct. Market wants to bring downwards pressure as well. Earnings don't care. We still gonna end up probably in the look. If we look at this objectively, what do we see? We see downwards pressure, right? Already started. Here it is. It comes through. Let's see the weekly. Weekly breaking below 50, not a good sign for it. Monthly is very bearish, like bearish to all hell. So yeah, it is not gonna end very well for NVIDIA. And this is just getting started. Thank you guys and girls for attending today as always. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for attending today. I am so out, off my rocker and not on the top of my game, and I appreciate anybody and everybody who chose to show up today and listening to me ramble. Yeah, always good. No, it's not. I'm sick as all hell. Could you take a look at Baba? Sure, yeah, let's do Baba. Star front. Yep. Jake, normally please do use a star. It does help me identify that you are talking about a ticker. Yes. It is not very positive for Baba. It's turning around, obviously, having more bearish pressure right there. Everything is. The market is having more of a... I mean, it's pretty obvious. The market is having quite a sell-off moment. And lots of fear. This is interesting. Still, though, I would not trust it before it breaks the 50. That's actually bullish. Baba, in the long run, this actually looks bullish. I would track it all the way to that 50 and see how it behaves when it hits that 50 area. But I gotta say, Baba's actually bullish. How bullish? How bullish? So, yeah, that's disgusting. Nah, don't have much of a choice in the matter, I guess. Don't have much choice. I It doesn't have my choice either. 180, 180 bullish, 180 something bullish, kinda. As weird as it is, potentially. Is it straightforward? So bullish? No, I wouldn't trust it to be so bullish so rapidly. I would say that beware of that 157 area, right? 157.33, that is sort of a very major strong support resistance. And I'm not going to be all that surprised if this pressure will, when will print, you'll end up hitting your head on that ceiling or whatever kind of thing, you know. But that's your, that appears to be your destination for right now. Sorry, we'll do next time. No worries, Jake. Everybody has to see it the first time. It's just that I tend to miss them otherwise. They just kind of, get swallowed in the various texts and stuff, and that way they just sort of stand out to me. It really does help locating them, especially now that I'm not feeling all that great. So, really does help. Oh, damn it. Hmm. Nine. Interesting. Yeah. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know about this. Ugh. Bedwars. Skip. I don't know. I don't. I don't trust myself with this one. I mean, I can see what the signs are obviously saying, but ugh, very sketchy technicals. I would argue that this is. Then again, okay, I see this there. Ugh. Skip. Yeah. I don't want to say anything about this. Even though, I have my own assessments and whatnot, but skip. DSM bottom. Gotcha. What about what about the triple Q? They're gonna be dropping very, very shortly with the rest of everything. What do you mean? No, you think that the T triple Q is gonna stay in a vacuum somehow? No, it's gonna get very painful for the Qs, for T triple Q, for all of them. It's gonna get very, very painful. You don't look at the T triple Q. You don't do that. Suleiman, Sulaiman, if anything. But yes, so you don't look at you analyze. Look, you don't analyze the derivatives. You go to the source, and you extrapolate your analysis to the derivatives according to what they are relative to the source. So, I think I had it somewhere. Actually, here, no. Yes, well, screw that. Why are they doing so well? Why are they not burning up and just dying already? How the hell do they still have all that bullish momentum in the system? Why? How is that even possible still? At least 50, giving it at least that edge. So still somehow this crap has upside. 137 area. Damn. Why are they doing so well? Stop it, Disney. Stop it. Burn and die already. Yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag, but it still has bullish momentum in the system. I'm not gonna be surprised if it can make it all the way to like 130 something area, 130 handle, just to break back down to that 114 retest 100. Basically, the range that we're still going to be moving within, it's probably going to be sort of range bound to the $50 range, between the 90 to maybe 140 area. It appears to be so 90 to 140 still. 90 to 140 kind of area. Yeah, that is that. Footballs and I see. So all these things are now sort of the behavior between them actually is related. You're saying, Jake, right? And that sort of, you're saying they're all now in limbo waiting for the merger, and then we should expect a movement or a breakdown of the merger. I see. Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. That makes sense why everything about them looks so sketchy and shady. It's going to drop, but just unload it all now, and you get the punctuation thing. I should just upload it all now. Pronunciation thing. Shlomo. Just not Hebrew. Lol. Shlomo. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Shlomo, but think Shlomo. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Suleiman. So Suleiman is supposed to be. No? I think. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Suleiman. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's exactly what it says. Okay, yeah. Okay. Gotcha, gents. Gotcha. Decision, how to play about it. It's up to you. It depends on sort of your duration, how long you plan to play this out. So that's of course up to you and your risk and pain threshold, I guess. Your pain tolerance. What is the market doing? Is we doing anything interesting? What should we do now? Interesting. Market looks a lot more bearish still. Feels like there's plenty of downwards pressure right there. Almost done. Still downwards trajectory, yeah. That it feels like we're gonna go even more lower sooner than later, unless nothing will save it. We might just retest these levels a little bit, but it will still continue dropping and reach that 59 fairly shortly. All right, that's it. I think we're all for today, boys and girls. I'm starting to get very tired. My in terms, not tired, falling asleep, but tired in terms of speaking. My voice, my throat hurts. So I think I better drop off and go drink some tea, so I feel a little better. And I'll see you all on the Discord, and hopefully within the following days I will be feeling better and we'll go back to normal schedule. And yeah, join the Discord, join the Patreon community. That way you'll be in in the know, be up to speed when things like that happen, and you'll know that the community has been ready for this for quite a long time. We have no surprises in what's going on right now. Thank you. And yeah, definitely sign up for the Academy to truly understand technical analysis in depth, and not just to be dependent on Greg. And if God forbid something happens to Greg, you're not, armless and legless, and you can take care of your own sort of analysis and understand really what's going on in the market, what's happening behind the scenes, and how to anticipate certain potential movements instead of just being at the whims of whatever happens. That's it, boys and girls. Thank you all for showing up. I'm sorry, like I said, for being all rambly and all over the place. Still not feeling great at all. All these drugs are definitely keeping me woozy. I cannot say I've been sick like this since ever. I am not even kidding. I actually thought about it. I don't think I've been sick like this ever in my entire freaking life. So I hope I'll be better soon. And yeah, we'll go back to normal programming. Love you all. Appreciate you all. See you all in the community. Bye for now.